Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our model build for the Evangelion production model Unit 08 Gamma. This is the rebuild of Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 version of Mari's Unit 8. This comes from Kutobukiya. This is one of the ones I picked up when I was in Tokyo, in the sort of that Tokyo haul. You can check out that other Tokyo haul video. So let's kind of get into it. We'll unbox all the components here and we'll get into the construction. So this is probably one of the few Bandai models that I built. I built mostly the Bandai RG Evangelions, and then I built that one Bandai HG model. But other than that, so this will be interesting to go with Kutobukiya's build. I'm interested to see how it builds and what kind of mechanics it has. I know nothing about these models. So if you guys have built these before, leave a message down in the comments and let me know. First off, I got to say that I found the instruction manual is super cool, like the very clear. I even like the way they did angles, but even from the very beginning, I find that having built the Mari's Unit 8 with the Bandai model, that's based on the exoskeleton. And this one is clearly based on the sort of rubberized joint connectors where you place a rubber. There's like one of this model pieces sets is a sort of rubber joint connector. So shoulders, hips, ankles, wrists, those are all using a sort of a rubber washer. And it doesn't have a sort of endoskeleton with sort of endo-exo kind of thing that the Bandai model has. So I thought that was a little bit different. It kind of reminded me of building that other production model, the one from the end of Evangelion, the ones that Asuka fights, the sort of the winged angel production models. So you can see I got the torso built here, get the neck all assembled. The flexibility of the body is quite good, but it's not as good as the Bandai model, I've got to say. But I kind of like the sculpt of it. Another thing I'm noticing here with the sculpts are, although there's a lot of different colors for the plastic model build, there are some areas that don't have those colors. One thing that is definitely superior with this Kutobukiya one is that those back, let's call those back armor along the spine, I think it's a much better construction. I always find that the back armor constructions on the Bandai build is, if you don't glue them down, they tend to pop off. So this is pretty cool. Just another thing that's strange is there's a kind of model design for the build process that I think Bandai has really mastered. I mean, when you put together the Bandai, like an RG model, they've actually got the model building process in mind. So it's engineered not just to create a great product at the end, but also that the build experience is very, very, I want to say very, very enjoyable going through. This one I found it was a little bit more old school model build, where it's not so much about a smooth build experience, and it's more sometimes you have to kind of look at the part a few times and try to figure out. I did have a couple of issues here with some of the pieces weren't necessarily snapping together. So again, it looks great, right? But I did have to glue some things in to sort of make sure that the seams were tight, which I've never had to do in a Bandai. So I mean, unless I broke something on a Bandai. The other thing is that there were some pieces in the mold. I found a couple of pieces around the torso where I actually had to make a couple extra cuts in the model, like it was over, like the injection process, maybe it was over injected, so I had to cut a little bit of flanged material off. So yeah. Oh, so the arms look very cool in this. So in this version, you can see the box art of this production model Unit 8. It says that this is an armor that's especially designed for space missions and heavy machinery interactions. So I think that kind of goes with the Shin Evangelion themes, the way we see Mari using this this Ava in those scenes, those epic scenes where she's operating the heavy machinery, firing the large guns and stuff like that, and also diving into the problems. So we got the two arms built here, and then we're going to move into the legs. Yeah, I'm breaking all the leg pieces out here. If you guys are interested in these model builds, I have built most every Bandai Evangelion unit out there. So go and check out on our YouTube channel. You can see all of or you can actually check the playlist for this one, just the Evangelion model build. I've also got some builds out there for Robotech, Genesis, Climber, Mospeada. You can go check those out on the channel if this is your first time here. And as usual, you can go down and check our links. We've got a Patreon, we've got a bookstore below. So liking and subscribing helps grow the channel, so thanks a lot. And if you are a huge Evangelion fan, we've got a second channel, Pontos Fathom Press. We run a bookstore and run some podcasts about that. I've done a number of podcasts on Evangelion and things like psychology and philosophy of Eva. So interested in the talking side of things, go ahead. I kind of like this knee construction. I think it's definitely a little different than the RG models. I kind of like the knee joint better in this one, but I found that the overall slenderness is higher in the RG, and this one's got a little bit more, a thicker kind of build, especially with the foot. I found the foot articulation wasn't as good, and also that joy to build, I was talking about that pleasureful building, it wasn't as enjoyable, this build, because I noticed that, for example, they didn't have the different color injected components in the foot design. It's all relying on paint. So you don't get that multicolor foot bottom, for example, with the circle in this Kutobukiya build that you have in the RG one, which I think is a real cool attention to detail. Even though when I built it with the RG, it seemed a little silly that you would have all these injected pieces coming together to form like that circular construction of the heel that you don't see, kind of. But actually, I missed it after I saw this one. So yeah, just hey, this is a great model build, but just a couple of features that were a little off. I did notice a couple pieces were popping off too. I had to glue them down. So the head mold on this one though is way more enjoyable to build and very simple. I really like this head. I'll zoom in here so you guys can see it, but it really shows off Unit 8's kind of insect-like look. It's actually reminded me a little of Aizen's forms from the Bleach anime. So yeah. Here to put the bendable wrists. They have flexible wrists and fixed wrists. So there's a straight wrist, a bent wrist, and a bendable wrist. I couldn't get the bendable actually assembled. So a couple of the pegs I've had to shave down other pieces. I tried to shave it down, it wouldn't go, wouldn't slot. So, but just assembling the limbs onto the torso. Got the head, arms, and legs here, and we will be finished with this. I probably will do another video customizing the paint. You can see this Mari. Yeah, I really like the way this fits together. I feel like this model compared to the Bandai RG is a little bit bulkier looking. It definitely has a kind of, the feet are bigger. It seems less slender. I don't know if that's actually reflected between Evangelion 2.0 or Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, the different versions that we see in the later rebuild series of Unit 8. But yeah, it's definitely got a bulkierness. Now we're going to put together this kind of double-edged spinning chainsaw, circular saw, spear, weapon. That's the heavy machinery that I think they're alluding to in the Japanese on the model box. But yeah, this is cool. It's pretty symmetrical. So it's basically just rebuilding these two pieces, flipping them apart, and putting the central build there. But we'll get that built up for you guys. Again, the injection colors are nice here. They've got it printed a number of ways. It's very intuitive. when you cut these out, you definitely have to look for. There's a lot of places where you have to sand down between the joints to get it to build flat, and even with that spinning wheel, you have to sand them so that they actually spin. Otherwise, they'll just be stuck in place. So do all your cleanup on the pieces, and you have no problem. Yeah, after I get this built, I'm open for suggestions on the next model to build. I've made my way through lots of the Evangelion series. I would consider building another Eva Unit Zero, but I don't think I would build any of these high end or metal versions of, say, Shinji's Eva. But also could get into doing a Gundam maybe. Why don't you guys leave a comment below if you've got recommendations, something you want to see built? Be happy to try something new and let you guys know. Other than that, I probably will start posting some videos on some of the paint of these. I've got a video out there where I tried to make my own custom DIY version of Beast Mode. You guys can go check that out, and also Ava Unit 2 from Bandai. So here we are. I'll leave you guys with the hero shots. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like what we're doing, and we'll see you next time. I'll let you guys enjoy the model. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.